Hey guys, welcome to BP the Bible Perspective. Does God accept the transgender choice? And that is, if someone changes their gender to the opposite sex, does God accept that? Now, here's what we're not going to do. We're not going to address this from a cultural or political perspective. That has been a huge mistake of Christians to see these issues through political and cultural lenses instead of a biblical lens. In other words, what does God say about this? They express their disgust as opposed to God's love. But here's the question we need to look at. We are all sinners before God. How does God deal with that? We are alienated from the life of God because of Adam's sin. We are all sinners. We are all destined for the wrath of God. But here is God's solution to man. In John 5:24, this is what Jesus says. He that hears my word and believes him who sent me has everlasting life, and shall not come into condemnation, but is passed from death into life. So the issue for the transgender person. Have you done that? Have you believed on Jesus Christ? Have you heard his word and believed his word? Now here's the thing. If your attitude is that you're coming to God and saying, God, you must accept me the way I am, or it's no deal, let me just say God will reject you. However, are you coming to God and saying, Lord, I humble myself to you. You're the Lord of the universe. I believe the gospel. You see, the transgender issue itself, as far as God is concerned, is not the issue, but a person's heart. What is your heart? You see, a lot of people, whether they're transgender or whoever, they may be as straight as an arrow. But if they don't obey the gospel, they're going to face the wrath of God like anyone else. And a lot of people today, and of course this issue of transgender is really picked up steam. And so a lot of people are becoming transgender, and the issues of whether or not, if it's science, genetic, when people have their thoughts of their hearts, and I can't speak to those things. Excuse me, I can't address what's in a person's heart and when it's in their heart. What I can say is God's solution is his love. And the culture is pushing this, by the way, and thus we see it in our everyday lives now. But again, that's not the point. The point is, when you come to God, are you saying to God, I'm going to humble myself? See, my sin may not be your sin, but we all have to say, Lord, I'm going to obey your gospel because I cannot save myself. Now, here's the other interesting thing about the transgender, because the transgender is a body transformation. Think about this. Flesh and blood will not enter the kingdom of heaven. So the transgender work is all in vain anyway, because what? That body is not going to enter the kingdom of heaven. The promise that we're all going to have a glorified body, it's going to what? Outweigh anything that plastic surgery could ever accomplish. Now the idea is that people may say then, well, am I really a woman trapped into a man's body, or am I a man trapped into a woman's body? Well, that's something you're going to have to figure out. But if I'm going to tell you is, no, God doesn't make mistakes. But I'm going to say this. The very first and foremost thing that you should do is come to God. You need to come to God, renew your mind. See, not be conformed to the world, not be conformed to the culture. Renew your mind. We all have urges. We all have thoughts. And how we nurture those thoughts in our life, how our surroundings nurture those thoughts. But when we come to God, remember this, we have to humble ourselves before him. We have to say, God, I'm here for you to change me, not me change God. That'll never happen. So look, guys, God loves everyone. God loves the transgender. God loves the transgender who has made the transition. And let God work all those things out. But here's the thing. What I pray for the transgender man or the transgender woman is that they will come to know God's love in its fullness through his son, Jesus Christ. That's my perspective. Don't forget to like and share this video, and please subscribe to BP, the Bible Perspective. And as always, if you have a thought, a comment, add it to the comment section below. All comments are welcome. Till next time, I'll see you then.